WrestleMania 33 is right around the corner, so I figured there's no time better than now to take a look at the history of the show's stages, rings, on-screen graphics, and more. So join me on this episode of Arena Showcase as we check out WrestleMania 1 through 16. On March 31st, 1985, the very first WrestleMania event would take place in Madison Square Garden in front of nearly 20,000 fans. The logo for the event features block letters that have a metallic-like effect to them, with the company logo on the top in the center. The commentary team can be seen at ringside, though the space is quite tight. Backstage interviews are done in front of a dark blue and gold wall with the WWF logo attached to it. While entrances were relatively simple at the time, we still see wrestlers make their way to the ring through the arena tunnel. Wrestler introductions consist of blocky gold font for names with different colored text for other information. The ring features gray apron banners, light bluish-gray canvas, and red, white, and blue ropes along with black turnbuckle posts and pads. WrestleMania 2 was held on April 7, 1986 at 3 different venues: the Nassau Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, and the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in Los Angeles, California. The logo features the same basic structure as last year with a giant orange 2 placed behind it. Entrances are quite similar to last year's with no real entry area and a smaller aisle to the ring. Name badges again feature big gold text with a solid red line underneath and the company logo to the right. The ring features blue banners with a black banner in the middle featuring the event logo. The ropes remain the same as last year, as do the turnbuckle pads, but this year the ring posts are blue. The Pontiac Silverdome in Michigan was the home of WrestleMania 3 on March 29, 1987. The event logo is similar to years past with a Roman numeral 3 to the right. The entryway was quite long here, and a cart dressed up as a miniature ring delivered wrestlers to and from the ring. Name badges are very similar to the previous year, with very slight color tweaks. Backstage interviews and promos were cut in front of a blue and orange wall with the WrestleMania logo appearing on it numerous times. The ring features the same color scheme as last year, with the only change being the banner. $18,165 wrestling fans piled into the historic Atlantic City Convention Center in 1988 for WrestleMania 4. The logo at this point remains the same, with only the number of the event changing. Announcers are introduced to us via on-screen graphics that almost mirror those seen in the last event, and wrestlers get the same treatment as well. This would mark the first WrestleMania to feature a decorated entry area, which features a large WWF logo appearing above a black curtain with a really large banner displaying the show logo in the foreground. Since this area of the arena is normally used for attendees to access seating, the wrestlers were forced to make their way down a series of steps to the arena floor. The ring once again remains almost identical, with the only difference being the updated event logo. WrestleMania 5 returned to New Jersey in 1989 with 18,946 in attendance. The logo now features a bold purple outline and a Roman numeral 5. The entry area is located in the same area as last year, which means wrestlers had to make their way down quite a few steps to get to the ring. This area is also pretty much the same as far as decoration goes, with a black curtain and a large WWF logo hanging above. Wrestler introductions feature an updated graphics package consisting of gold font with colored red lines behind it for a backdrop, and other information located below in purple text with the WWF logo to the left. Once again, other than the banner which features the updated event logo, nothing else in the ring has changed. April 1st, 1990 saw WrestleMania 6 visit the Sky Dome in Toronto, Canada, with almost 70,000 fans attending the event. The logo is similar to last year's, with a slightly darker purple outline. The entry area is diagonal to the ring, leading straight to the ring post, and features the black curtain WWF logo combo that we saw the previous few years. Just like WrestleMania 3, we see some wrestlers making their trip down the aisle on a cart dressed up to look like a miniature ring. The on-screen graphics aren't much different from WrestleMania 5, but the font is definitely bolder. The biggest change comes to the ring area, where the event logo on the banners no longer sits over a black surface, instead now being displayed on solid blue banners. WrestleMania 7 came to us from Los Angeles in front of 16,158 fans. The pay-per-view broadcast featured two different variations of the event logo, one that appeared blue and silver with red highlights, and another that featured red text with bold white outlines, which was also used for the ring banners, being the only change to that area. A third logo was also seen for advertisements that featured a curved version of the traditional logo. The entry area is the same used for a few years now, but doesn't actually face the ring, instead being positioned at a 45-degree angle. The on-screen introductions feature the logo to the left and big bold white font to the right for names. Backstage interviews are done in front of a painted makeshift wall covered with clouds, with the event logo towards the top. Over 62,000 piled into the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis for WrestleMania 8. The logo returns to the traditional look, with the previously used purple outline used here as well, with an alternate version featuring a slight curve. Announcers' introductions feature simple, bold white text, with the company logo in between names, with wrestler name badges appearing with the same text, but with the event logo to the left. The entry area sees the neon-lit gate that was used in the early 90s, which doesn't face the ring. Instead, the aisle features a slight bend and leads to the corner of the ring. The ring itself still features the same basic format, with the banners now showing a generic WrestleMania logo without the Roman numeral number of the event. In 1993, WrestleMania 9 would take to a unique venue in Caesars Palace with just under 17,000 in attendance. The traditional logo returns, with a background influenced by the event's Roman-inspired theme. Announcers came dressed for the occasion in togas and featured nameplates with gold font, backgrounds that look like stone or rock, and the WWF logo to the left, all themed to fit the event. The entry area features a Roman-inspired structure with a black curtain and a giant video screen displayed high above and behind the entry gate. A structure was built around the ring to house lights and audio equipment, and also carries over the event theming. Backstage interviews are done in an area featuring a fountain, plants, and tiled walls. Over at the ring area, we see black and gold ropes with black turnbuckle pads and black ring posts. The generic event logo on the banners makes a return. WrestleMania 10 would come to us live from Madison Square Garden on March 20th, 1994. The logo is made up of the classic WrestleMania font with a wavy effect applied to it over a Roman numeral 10 with the company logo appearing up top. The announcers see on-screen graphics that consist of big white text with the event logo in between names. The entry area is made up of a door that actually opens as wrestlers enter the arena, with a Roman numeral 10 appearing on the outside of it. On the inside of the entry area, we see lights as well as fog effects, and above the entire set, we see a generic WrestleMania logo. The ring area is much of what we saw at WrestleMania 9, but the black ring posts have returned to the blue format. On April 2nd, 1995, WrestleMania 11 took place in Hartford, Connecticut in front of 16,305 fans. The logo features the same design used previously, but features a new color scheme with black text, gray outline, and a purple background. This is also the first event to feature the New Era WWF logo. The event introduction featured celebrities posing with different wrestlers. The introductions on screen are the most decorated to date, featuring blue and purple backdrops with names appearing in black and a Roman numeral 11 in the middle. The entry area features a purple structure that doesn't face the ring, instead being positioned at an angle. Past that, at the bend in the aisle, a video screen can be seen behind wrestlers as they make their way to the ring. The ring goes back to the red, white, and blue rope combination while retaining every other aspect as last year. The Pond in Anaheim would be the home of WrestleMania 12 on March 31st, 1996. The logo was designed to look like the 20th Century Fox logo, complete with a city background and spotlights. Introductions consist of the event logo and background, which spreads the entire length of the screen, with names appearing in gold text. Backstage interviews are done in front of the event logo with a dark backdrop. The entry area is almost identical to last year, featuring the same gate structure, still painted purple to match the previous year's theme, leading out to the side of a video screen which faces the ring. The only change to the ring area is seen on top of the ring canvas where the event logo appears. WrestleMania 13 took place in Chicago in front of just over 18,000 fans. The logo sees a modified version of the classic font with a giant 13 and flames. This would mark the first event in quite some time to stray away from the Roman numeral layout. The graphics package consists of white font over a banner with the 13 from the event logo present to the left. The entry gate that debuted a few years earlier is once again reused here with just an updated logo, but the previously seen video screen does not make an appearance here at all. The ring is also much of the same, featuring the same red, white, and blue format as many others have, along with the generic ring banners and the returning plain canvas. The Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts would host WrestleMania 14 with 19,028 fans in attendance. The logo appears repeated on a three-dimensional box-like structure in almost entirely red. On-screen graphics are dressed up quite a bit this year, featuring lots of background text boxes, black font, and the event logo, which we see for both the commentary team and wrestlers. The entry area is set up at an angle like many events have done in the past, with two large circular steel structures that house lighting in front of a curtain with the event logo at the top back of the structure. Where the video screen was positioned for previous events sits a stage where the DX band performed the group's entrance theme live for its members. The ring area sees its first major change in quite a few years, with red ropes, black posts, black turnbuckle pads, and the WrestleMania logo in red on black banners. Despite the event logo featuring the older WWF logo, the scratch logo can be seen on the ring banners. March 28, 1999 marked the 15th installment of WrestleMania, which came to us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and featured just over 20,000 fans. The logo features the same classic font, but the words have been split and stacked with a large Roman numeral 15 behind it and the WWF scratch logo at the top. The name badges are a little more simple compared to previous years, featuring a gold banner with names in black font and the Roman numeral 15 to the left. The entry area features a giant rendition of the event logo with a black curtain behind it. On the ground, steel lighting structures run down the left and right sides of the entry area. The ring features the same color formatting as last year, with the addition of the scratch logo on the turnbuckle pads and the specific logo for the year's event appearing in the ring banners. April 2, 2000 would mark WrestleMania 2000, returning to the pond in Anaheim, California. The logo receives an overhaul with a completely new font design, styled to look a bit similar to the classic event logo. The WWF logo is used in place of the W in WrestleMania, and the color scheme features black, white, and green. While not tall in size, the entry area is quite wide here, featuring a small Titantron in the middle of the stage, with Minitron screens positioned to the left and right of the entry area, mounted on steel structures. Visual introductions consist of white font for names, and green for additional information with a black WWF logo to the left. The ring features black ropes, posts, and pads with black banners displaying the event logo minus the year. I have to say, things sure did change a lot in those first 16 years, and you can bet that they'll change even more, so stay tuned for part 2 where we take a look at WrestleMania 17 through 32. See you next time.